International Trade Minister Mark Garnier is to face an investigation into whether he broke ministerial rules after he admitted asking his secretary to buy sex toys. UK Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt said the Cabinet Office would be carrying out an investigation into whether the Ministerial Code of Conduct had been breached. These stories, if they are true, are obviously totally unacceptable, Hunt told BBC One's The Andrew Marr Show. Hunt said Theresa May would also be writing to Commons Speaker John Bercow to ask for his advice on how the culture at Westminster could be changed. Garnier's former secretary Caroline Edmondson told the Sunday newspaper the married MP had given her the money to buy 2 vibrators at a Soho sex shop, one for his wife and one for a woman in his constituency office. Edmondson, who has since left to work for another MP, said on another occasion, in front of witnesses, he called her sugar tits. The report said Garnier had admitted the claims, saying I'm not going to deny it, because I'm not going to be dishonest. I'm going to have to take it on the chin. According to the paper, he said the sugar tits comment was part of an amusing conversation about the TV comedy Gavin and Stacey, while the sex toys were bought after a Christmas lunch. The report said Garnier had conceded that, in the current climate, his actions could look like dinosaur behavior, but insisted it absolutely does not constitute harassment. In a separate case, the Mail on Sunday said former Cabinet Minister Stephen Crabb had admitted sending explicit messages to a 19-year-old woman he interviewed for a job in 2013, when he was a Welsh minister. The married MP was quoted as saying he had been foolish but that there had been no sexual contact. We exchanged messages which talked about sex but none of it was meant seriously, he was quoted as saying. We met for coffee a few times and had a glass of wine once at the Commons, but nothing more. I accept any kind of sexual chatter like this is totally wrong and I am sorry for my actions. Diane Abbott said joking about sexual harassment was one of the reasons the issue has not being dealt with. Her comments came after Environment Secretary Michael Gove was forced to apologize after he likened being interviewed by BBC presenter John Humphrys to going into Harvey Weinstein's bedroom. The Shadow Home Secretary said she did not find Gove's remarks funny, and told BBC One's Andrew Marr Show making light of harassment was undermining and demeaning for women in Parliament. She also told the programme the culture for women in Parliament had improved since she was elected in 1987 but said there was still a long way to go. Meanwhile, Theresa May has said House of Commons disciplinary procedures lack teeth and require reform. In a letter to Speaker John Bercow, the PM said a situation where MPs did not have to follow procedures laid down by the Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority (IPSA) could not be tolerated any longer. She asked for Bercow's assistance in working on a cross-party basis to establish a new house-wide mediation service backed by a contractually binding grievance procedure available for all MPs. As you know, there is a suggested disciplinary procedure provided by IPSA as part of the standard contract. However, it does not have the required teeth as contractually an MP does not have to follow the procedure, she wrote. I do not believe that this situation can be tolerated any longer. It is simply not fair on staff, many of whom are young and in their first job post-education.